You don't think it exists? Well, it does. I learned that the hard way not too long ago. So now, all that little mumble jumble stuff I believed as a child, well, I'm going to have to rethink those thoughts. Because what I was taught was fairy tales and make believe is very present and very real. Magic exists. You know magic exists. Magic is in water. Water is magic. Look at all the wonderful, beautiful things in this world created by water. Anyway, it goes without saying. We want to talk about the blood hurt curse. What you're about to witness is very real, personal, upfront, and close, and it's ultra detrimental. I didn't even know that something like this even existed and is real until I was personally faced with unveiling revelation that took me down in the fall of 2020, which transcended my belief and understanding of what exactly we are dealing with on a grand scale. Many are not privy or aware that the earth is truly cursed, and it all started when man began to consume. Consumption is the carnal sin. This is a true story of a very present and immediate danger of the presence of the most powerful spell ever cast upon all civilizations in the history of time and space in our world ever. That spell is what I come to understand and claim to name for what it is in all its horrendous evil, the blood hurt spell. If you think that what I am talking about is fake, then you seriously need to take a real close look at yourself in the mirror and account for what is right up under your own skin. The blood hurt curse. If you think that spells don't exist, then you are guilty of the same ignorance and lack of knowledge that I had my entire life up until this point. When I was very young, I used to fantasize and pretend that magic was real and existed. You know, go around like little kids and playing around and making up stuff, make believe. But this would only play out in roles that would manifest in a young child's wild imagination. Growing up, the complexity and seriousness of life, which eludes that I was not being realistic, would soon snap me back into the physical presence of a materialistic world, which taught me that I had to face my experiences in a serious manner and put away with such childish dreams and imaginations and my immature beliefs in things and ideas of something which simply can't be proven or seen. And I have a little insert here. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So just like the rest of you, I put away my foolishness, tucked it away, hid it, and took up my cross of labor for the system. In order to fully understand the reality of magic, one must be able to recognize the existence of real spells which are cast upon an unsuspecting host. First, what is magic? Water. Water is magic. We see it all around us. I need not explain or expound that everything that's beautiful and exists and all its possibilities and glory and splendor is because of the magic of water. When one talks about water, one is talking about the air. They are inseparable. We all exist inside of water. We all breathe air, which is water vapor. If you could only see that everything in the world evolves and exists around true magic, which is pure energy, then it will help you understand the relevance of the blood hurt spell. A spell cannot be cast alone. It has to borrow the power of the water. A spell is like a parasite and must borrow the power of the water in order to be effective. Blood is made out of water. When one combines a chemical with water, it is called alchemy. You don't believe in spell casting? Well, your leaders of this world do. They perform alchemy in your food, the air, the water, which are all combined with chemicals. The spell casting works on two things: your brain, which controls water, and your body, which is ran by water. Once these two things are combined, you are now under a curse. You still don't believe in spell casting? Just look all around you. Did you know that the all-seeing eye is inside of the pentagram? And that your government believes and practices this all around the world, with or without your knowledge or consent? The pentagram represents Pan, the one who controls Earth in a bad way. Did you know that the Pentagon is in the center of the pentagram? Go figure. Did you know that the Pentagon is not just in the United States, but across the entire world? Now, who's doing the spell casting? Your leaders, corporations, the machine, the news media, television, and radio. They all broadcast. When they tell the weather, it is a forecast. Actors, plays, and books are featuring people who are the cast. Google is used to cast spells on us all the time. When one casts, they are using a net to entrap or overwhelm prey. Prey and prey sound alike because they are alike. You are going online, just like a casting of a fishing net or fishing line. It is the internet. You still don't believe in spell casting? The judge, when you go to court, will summons you. The military calls it the grid and utilizes 5 and pretty soon 6 gigahertz cell phone towers, eventually 10 gigahertz, upon an unsuspecting brain which is under the grid. And I could spend all day expounding and covering the topic of spells. But I want you to focus on 3 very powerful alchemies used to cause the blood hurt curse. Bread, sugar, and bleach. Do you really believe Jesus gave the bread to people? If this is true, then Jesus was working with Pan. The word bread and Pan go hand in hand. Bread is one of the most powerful, organically wrongs done to all existence since the beginning of time and creation. Even the Queen says, "Let them eat cake." Bread is the carnal sin against creation. Bread has no nutritional value. We even have trained animals to eat this grain, but they often get sick when you feed them bread. Bread destroys the intestines and causes leaky gut, which can result in coming down with autoimmune disorder, amongst many failing organs. What are some of the most important ingredients mixed with bread? You've guessed it: sugar, modified sugar, and bleached flour. Combined, these 3 ingredients are detrimental to the DNA. Bleach will eat through fabric. It destroys cell structures by breaking down the bonds of, you guessed it, blood. And what is blood? You've guessed it again: water. All 3 of these foods, and they're not really food. We just believe them to be food. We believe in the lie. Man, this is deep. These 3 ingredients inside of your food will break down your oxygen level. And what is oxygen? Water. And what is blood made out of? Water. Even when they make chemtrails, which are sprayed throughout the climate in the grid, it depletes the air and keeps the climate dry. The battle is against real magic, and it is for your mind and your body, and is combined with alchemy to control your air, your electrical airwaves, your food and water through a spell cast we call the blood hurt spell. The presence of spell casting is upfront, close, real, and personal. What's the difference between magic and spells? Magic is water. Magic becomes a spell only when you combine it through alchemy with elements such as biological flesh, materials such as metal and dirt. The element of fire will destroy all spells. So is it true that the earth will be destroyed in fire to destroy and disperse the spells? When magic is combined with certain materials such as sand and crystal type stones, it produces a resonance in energy which reminds me of the Crystal City. It produces an evolution on multiple levels. I want you to understand that the world is full of trouble, but you have to take serious. If you ever wondered if magic is real, you can tell by the evidence of the blood-hurt curse. Until I see you where I am already, open your eye